One perk of being the Doomslayer, with all his powers, is that I now have the Fortress of Doom, and I even have Vega along with access to a warp gate that can literally teleport me anywhere in the universe without using an Infinity Stone or special magic. And I showed Carol Danvers and Natasha Romanoff our new home, and I decided to use my new spaceship to meet Peter Quill, so I redesigned the Fortress of Doom to also function like a gigantic invincible spaceship with extreme firepower that no one else in the Marvel universe could match. And then Natasha Romanoff and Carol Danvers said yes, we consider this our new home away from home, and so me and my wives went to Morag, and Natasha Romanoff asked me where are we going, and then I said we are going to a planet called Morag, and on that planet we will meet an interesting person called Peter Quill. He calls himself Star-Lord, and he will become one of the Avengers one day, and we are going there to meet him because we are going to help him succeed in all his adventures. And then Natasha Romanoff said this giant spaceship is going to freak people out, and I said yes ma'am, that's the idea, no cosmic force can match its powers, and I made sure of that when I built it. It's literally an invincible spaceship that's also incredibly fast. I made sure to keep the spatial folding technology on my ship, the Fortress of Doom. And then Natasha Romanoff saw me staring at the old set of the classic Doom marine armor, and I smiled warmly as I remembered playing the first Doom video games, and I said a classic never goes out of style. And then Natasha Romanoff said this spaceship looks very old, and then she asked me how long have you known about this spaceship, and then I said it came with my armor and its powers along with this, and then I held up the Soul Cube, the ultimate weapon against all evil, and I said these weapons were created by God to destroy all that is evil, and that includes my armor, and I'm basically designed to kill demons now along with the devils. I can kill all immortal beings now. And then Natasha said that sounds terrifying, and then I said you have no idea, and one unique thing about the Fortress of Doom is that I can go to hell anytime I wanted to kill demons and train and get stronger. And then I used my resources to give Natasha Romanoff the same powers as I gave Tony Stark, and I took her inside my version of the hyperbolic time chamber inside my dimension, and I now call it my hyperbolic time chamber, but it was Dormammu dimension. And then I went into my dimension and I trained my wife Natasha Romanoff to master her new key energy powers and all her incredible strength and stamina along with all her invincibility. And then I told her about the hell dimension, and I said, do you remember anything about church and everything that your parents told you about hell? Well, it's all true, Natasha Romanoff, and hell is a real place, and today you and I are going to go there and train, but first I want to give you something. And then I showed Natasha Romanoff her new Predator suit, and it's designed for a female body, and I said it's just like mine except it's designed for females, and the suit makes you stronger the more demons you kill. Basically anything you kill with a soul makes you stronger, and that's what that suit is designed to do, and even without you could still kill them all, but I want you to take that Predator suit as a gift from me. And I also made one for Carol Danvers too. And then Natasha Romanoff ran up to me and she kissed me passionately and she said, oh my god, thank you, I love you so much. And then I said, it has all your favorite weapons, but you also have my type of weapons too, and I know you like guns, Natasha, just like me, so I made sure to give you guns much like mine, and trust me, you love the guns I have given you, it's more like a small arsenal really. And then I pulled out the Unmaker and I handed it to my wife Natasha Romanoff, and I said it's time for us to go train in hell, use all the skills and techniques I taught. Remember, you know how to fly now, so don't forget to use all your powers, because you will need to use all your powers where we are all going. And then the red hell portal opened and everything about it felt wrong, and even Natasha Romanoff could feel it now. And then she and I stepped into a portal and we came out the other side and all hell broke loose, literally demons surrounded us from every angle. And I said, remember everything I taught you, and don't forget, Natasha, these things are not ordinary beings, so be careful baby, do you understand, Natasha? And then she said, they are real. And then I said, I know what you're thinking, don't be scared. And then I said, fight them with everything you have, don't hold back anymore. And then by the time Natasha Romanoff and I were done, we had both killed well over 10,000 demons each, and I said, not bad for your first time. And then she punched me in the arm playfully and she said, you didn't tell me they were so terrifying and ugly.